When it comes to logo design, there are a variety of styles you can create. A logo mark is a style of logo that predominantly only uses an icon or shape. Here are some familiar logo marks that only use an icon or shape. Now, a word mark is a style of logo that predominantly only uses a type element. And here are some familiar word marks. Now, when a logo mark and a word mark are used together in a logo design separately, this is called a combination mark. Combination marks are a really common logo style, with a lot of famous logos using this style because it offers a lot of flexibility. Looking back at my scamp designs I created earlier in the design process, we can see that for some of my designs, I'm going for a combination style logo, and I have a few initial ideas of how I want these logos and word marks to pair together. Over the past few videos, I have demonstrated how I created the logo mark and word mark element for my intended logo design. Once I have created the elements for my design, it's now time to bring them together to start finalizing the logo compositions. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate some things you should keep in mind when creating classic combination mark logos, as I bring together my logo mark and word mark element to finalize my logo design. So let's get into it. So here I am with my design process checklist. Once I have converted my sketches into vector artwork, worked with type or customized any type elements, and we have checked each task, we can now move into step 3 in phase 3. The third step in the visual artwork and design phase is finalize logo compositions. In this video, we are going to focus on task 1, create logo compositions. So here I am in Illustrator, and this is what I'm going to be building up to in this video. If you're wondering what this logo is about and the context of the design, you can see an overview in the description or in the free PDF course index that accompanies this course. If you want to take a closer look at this combination mark example, you can find it in the course folder. The course folder comes with my complete logo design solution I will be demonstrating on this course, including all my design example files and documents at each step to aid your learning experience. The folder also comes with design resources, such as a logo design process checklist, process documents and templates, a project folder structure, color sample charts, and a logo proposal document example, all of which you can not only learn from, but use in your own design process. To get the full learning experience and use the resources to help develop your own logo project, I recommend you get the course folder. Download link with instructions is in the description. So with the course folder open, click into the design process example folder, click into the design folder, into the artwork and design folder, into the root 1 folder, into the versions folder, and click on the Illustrator doc labeled example combination mark, and you will have the same document I have open here. So let's take a look at how I created these combination marks. So to begin, I'm going to start by opening up the logo mark and word mark element I created in the previous videos. So with the course folder open, click into the design process example folder, click into the design folder, into the artwork and design folder, into the root 1 folder, into the workings folder, and click on the Illustrator doc labeled Euphoria logo mark workings. And back into the folder, click on the Illustrator doc labeled Euphoria word mark workings, and you will have the same documents I have open here. So when I'm developing my logo, if I'm developing a combination mark, I typically focus on each part separately and then work with them together once they are complete. Once my two parts are complete, I can then start to pair them together. So I'll create a new document, and I'll create a 19 by 20 times 1080 doc, and then I'll come into my two separate documents and I'll copy each part and paste them together into my new document. I'll scale them down and just place them off my canvas like so. Now, when creating combination marks, there are some things I like to keep in mind. When creating classic combination marks, aim for balance, aim for symmetry, as that can help with balance, use guides to construct your composition, and look for a relationship between the two elements to help tie them together. So back in my doc, I'll come over to the word mark, copy and paste it, and scale it up in the center of the page like so. I always find that it's best to start with the word mark. So when it comes to creating combination marks, you want to try and get a nice balance between the logo mark element and the word mark element. Here we can see that some are way off balance, where the logo mark is way too big, and others where the logo mark is way too small. And the logo mark is either too close or too far away from the word mark, or not lined up comfortably. Now this down here is what we want to try and aim for, where the logo mark is not too big and the word mark is nicely balanced. Now keep in mind there is no right or wrong way of doing this. As a designer, you can decide on how large you want the logo mark to be with the word mark, but as a general rule, you want to try and balance the elements as much as possible. So a technique I use here is to use guides. So with my word mark in place, I'll press Command Y on Mac or Control Y on Windows to go into outline mode. I'll press Command R on Mac or Control R on Windows to pull up my rulers. To start, I'll pull a guide down to the top of my word mark, then I'll pull a guide across to the outside edge of both sides of the word mark. Now when setting my guides, I'll always try and find an anchor point or some sort of bearing so there is a connection to both elements. Next, I'll drag a ruler out and place it to the side of the stroke on the letter U. So now I have this margin here on the left hand side. So I'll just grab the shape tool and draw a box inside the margin like so to get the exact size. I'll drag it over to the right and place it against the outside guide, and then drag another guide in and snap to the inside of the box, and I'll delete the box shape. So now I have this margin on both sides. Now I'll press Command : on Mac or Control : on Windows to remove the guides. I'll press A to activate the direct selection tool, and I'll quickly drag over to select the E letter form. With it selected, I'll copy and paste it, and press Command : on Mac or Control : on Windows to bring back my guides. Now there is a general rule when spacing objects around a word mark that it needs to be around the size of the letter forms, typically the cap height. This creates a space that is tied to the word mark and not just an arbitrary space, and this will help balance the logo. So I'll place my E on top and drag a ruler down to sit on top, and then I'll delete the letter E. So now we have a neat space for the logo mark to sit inside. So I'll come over and grab the logo mark, copy and paste it into my comp. I'll place my logo mark to sit on the inside guide and scale up until it touches the right inside guide like so. Then I'll move it down and into place so it touches the bottom guide. I'll press Command : on Mac or Control : on Windows to turn off the guides, and I'll press Command Y on Mac or Control Y on Windows to go back into normal mode. And here is the logo composition, nicely balanced. Perfect. So with the new vector artwork, I can now save this into my project folder. So I'll come up to File, Save As, and navigate to the project folder, into the design folder, into the artwork and design folder, into the form folder, into folder versions, and I'll name this Euphoria combination mark and click OK. And I'll have a new copy of my vector artwork. So this is one method you can use when creating classic combination mark style logos. For my example, I chose to balance the logo as demonstrated, but of course you can also try some other alternatives. It really comes down to the anchor you use when setting your margins for your logo. In my example, I set my markings to my letter U, but I could have gone more in or further out. In this instance though, I feel this is looking quite balanced, where the logo mark and word mark are clear. So this is a technique you can use when approaching your classic combination mark logos. Remember, when creating classic combination marks, aim for balance, aim for symmetry, as this can help with balance, use guides to construct your composition, and look for a relationship between the two elements to help tie them together. Now, when designing your combination mark style logos, there are lots of ways of doing this and lots of alternative approaches you can take. For my example, I have put together a very classic and safe combination mark composition. However, if I wanted to be more unorthodox, edgy and dynamic, I could explore other ways how the logo mark element could pair with the word mark element. And here, for example, are some alternative layouts I could consider. Now, in this video, I showcased how I created a combination mark style logo for my specific design. Now, you are welcome to follow along with my example, but if you're following along with your own design idea, I would recommend that you undertake the same process I have demonstrated here, but compose your own elements to suit your design if appropriate. So if you're following along with your own design, take a pause and carry out your process. Before moving on, undertake the same process I have just demonstrated to compose your logo. And be sure to share your artwork and development over on Instagram or Twitter and tag me. I'd love to see what you can come up with. Remember, you will be able to use this next when we come to finalizing our design. Once you have your logo composition, let's continue. So those are some things you can keep in mind when you're creating combination mark style logos. Now, looking at my scamps, we can see I had some other ideas in mind for the logo design. One in particular is an emblem style logo. Now, when a logo mark and a word mark element are infused together in a logo design like a badge, this is called an emblem. In the next video, we are going to look at creating a different style of logo. In the next video, I'm going to demonstrate some things you should keep in mind when creating emblem logos. So see you in the next video.